If you go down to the mid-ladder and ask a player, what is the worst card in their opinion? Other than Barbarian Heart, you are almost guaranteed to hear about the Three Musketeers. 9 elixir, low to mid health, fireball value, all deterrents for playing them. But if you move up arenas and ask higher skill players, the answer begins to change, as people realise that the card isn't as bad as lower arena players think. But why is it so hated? It's not a bad card by any means. It's not great either, but not nearly as bad as its reputation makes it sound. I think there are 3 main reasons most people see this card as viable: cost, other options and counters, and influence. So today I'm going to go over what I think the 3 are. The first and main reason is, of course, its cost. Being the second most expensive card in the game, beaten only by mirrored Three Musketeers, it almost immediately scares away any players that initially wanted to use it. With it taking up almost the entire elixir bar, players would be too worried that if they played them, their opponent could do a massive counter push down the opposite lane, and, with no elixir to defend with, would possibly lose a crown tower. The high elixir cost also stops it from being able to start a quick push, as skeletons and spirits aren't exactly the most dangerous push in the world. However, it does synergize very well with another card, Elixir Pump, a card that can regain your lost elixir after you place the Three Musketeers down, allowing players to be less conservative with their elixir and be able to use Three Musketeers. It is a high elixir win condition that is high risk, but in the right scenarios can be very, very rewarding. The second reason is that in some cases, there are just better options. Other mid-health ranged troops are Magic Archer, the Wizards, and of course regular Musketeer. All of these costing less, but each have their strengths and weaknesses. Magic Archer has its penetration and long range, but has low health so can be countered by Fireball and Void really easily. E-Wizard can stun, but gets overwhelmed by swarms easily, such as Skarmy and Goblin Gang. Normal Musketeer is cheap, but can be dealt with easily. The same rule applies for the Three Musketeers. They can be countered by Fireball, Poison and Lightning, but can do wonders against tanks on defense and deal hundreds of damage on offense. Counters also play a large role in why this card is so unpopular. Because your opponent can get positive elixir trades with almost every single spell in the game, either killing it or bringing it below half health. So your best bet is to bait it out with an Elixir Pump or Baby Dragon, and they will have nothing for the Three Musketeers, allowing you to play them aggressively. Third and final reason this card is so unpopular is a reason not many other cards have: influence. This comes from higher skill players, usually YouTubers, saying they're useless and that there are always better options. The main YouTuber that says this is Crusher. Most cards have been nicknamed by him, and the Three Musketeers are no different. By nicknaming them the Useless Women, mid-ladder players who see him as the second coming of Jesus Christ will hear this, not realise the joke, and begin to think the card is unviable in every single situation, not realising that they have great potential on both defence and offence. In conclusion, the Three Musketeers are expensive. Sometimes there are better options and can be joked about being called useless, but should never be overlooked and should never be said to be absolutely unviable. The final score I give this card is a 7 out of 10.